When we say climate change, different people have different understanding about it. Right now, the most important thing on the planet is to ensure that the desertification stops. Technologies can be used to limit the damage, but the solution is only in the soil. It is important that we are cognizant of all the problems we have. But right now, when there is an express need to stop or arrest desertification in the world, attending to small things could become too much distraction, resources will not go where they have to go, action will not go where it has to go. When we say climate change, different people have different understanding about it. As a part of the Conscious Planet movement, I'm trying to bring the focus to one thing, which is the most important aspect of rejuvenating this planet. Everything that you see as life, there is life beyond that also, but everything that you normally see as life on this planet, from worms to insects to birds to animals and plant life and ourselves, all this happens out of just 39 inches of topsoil. Everything happens within this. Below that are all microbes, which are also important, but we are not causing much damage to them. The real damage is happening only to this 39 inches of topsoil, which sustains every life that we know. From an ant to an elephant, everything depends on this 39 inches. Not that what's below is not important, but this is where maximum life happens, and this is where maximum damage is happening. There are many other things. There is air pollution, there is water pollution, there is noise pollution, there are many other problems for which we are the source. But the most important thing is to ensure that these 39 inches of topsoil is organically rich and healthy. If you do this one thing, rest of it, the planet is capable of regenerating itself and manage the other problems, largely. Well, people will debate about this, they can debate as much as they want. But if you want action, a solution-oriented action, then this is the way to act. This is what I'm trying to get many significant forces in the world, many important people and influencers in the world, various organizations in the world as a part of Conscious Planet movement to bring the focus to these 39 inches. But somebody is concerned about the air in Delhi. I am not saying you should not be concerned. That is also a concern. But right now, the most important thing on the planet is to ensure that the desertification stops. Desertification means we transform rich soil into sand because we suck out all the organic content in the soil and it becomes sand. Once this happens, to turn it around, it would take 100, 200, 300 years to put it back. But this is happening rapidly. 25% of India's soil is right now considered fallow. 42% of Tamil Nadu's soil is considered fallow. These were all very fertile, rich lands, but today they are moving towards desertification. So putting the organic content back is a no-brainer. There are only two sources, animal waste and leaves from the trees. There is simply nothing else to put back. It doesn't come from anywhere else. People talk about technologies and technologies. Technologies can be used to limit the damage, but the solution is only in the soil. Every technology that today we are complaining about, we must understand 50 or 100 years ago they were eulogized as the best. When the first steam locomotive driven by coal came, people thought that is the greatest miracle that we have brought about. I'm not trying to talk against it. Yes, this has been part of our evolution of human technologies or human beings dealing with technologies. That's okay. What's happened, we cannot change the history of what we have done. But right now, the most important thing is this: everybody's focus needs to shift towards soil. We must see that as much soil as possible on the planet is organically rich. The only way you can do it is putting back the soil under shade, where organic activity will begin. Right, Ernest? If you don't understand what I'm saying, where there is no any kind of shade, just dig the soil up to 8–9 inches and see how it is. Go where there are a lot of trees or in a forest, dig the soil how it is. You yourself will know, you don't have to be any kind of a scientist. Just simple common sense will tell you this soil is rich and alive, full of life. Soil is the habitat upon which zillions of lives thrive. Because of that thriving life, everything grows. We eat food, other animals grow, everything happens because soil is rich. Once there is no richness in soil, then you have forsaken the planet in many ways. But people like to draw attention to small things. I'm not saying it is not necessary. It is important that we are cognizant of all the problems we have. But right now, when there is an express need to stop or arrest desertification in the world, attending to small things could become too much distraction, resources will not go where they have to go, action will not go where it has to go. This happened. Shankaran Pillai was sleeping in the night. His wife poked him with her elbows in the ribs, because rib and woman have some connection. At least it's believed, okay. So she gave it to him in the ribs, in the remaining ribs. Yeah, what? She said, I heard the door squeaking. Ah, okay. Slept. Again, now knocking, not poking. Knocking in the ribs and saying, I heard it once again. The door squeaked. What, you want me to go and oil it now? There is a bigger problem. This is not the time to oil the hinges in the door. There is a much bigger problem. The biggest problem right now is this soil degradation. Yes, there is carbon in the air. Well, they're telling you just 1 week of lockdown, it's gone almost, everything is fine. So those things will fix themselves very quickly. But if you damage the soil, it will take a century or 2 centuries to bring it back. So you cannot damage the topsoil and think we will live well by purifying the air. No. You cannot damage this topsoil and think there will be substantial water in the world. No. It will be somewhere, but it will not be available to you. If we do not want to really upset the planet and its balance, in a way that it is not inconsistent with the flourishing of human civilizations. Why is it that great civilizations did not flourish in the Kalahari desert? Simply because the soil is not rich. It's as simple as that. If we do not stop the desertification, if we do not stop soil degradation, then it is not that the planet will go away, it will not be conducive for human beings to live on it. So, it's very, very important to focus on that. Human footprint has to be reduced. There are many things to do. The most important thing is to reduce the number of feet. We have too many feet. We are nice, but we're just a bit too many. So, half the world or little more than that right now staying at home, suddenly they're saying all kinds of ratings about air quality and this one, that one, everything. At the beginning of 20th century, we were only 1.6 billion people. Today we're reaching towards, inching towards 8 billion. In 100 years, or little over 100 years. Well, that doesn't speak of us as conscious human beings. Obviously, we are living very compulsively. So it's time to address that. It's not that tomorrow morning population can be fixed. If we address it now, in the next 30 years, you will see necessary decline. People are seeing population as a power. People are seeing population as political power, industrial power, some kind of economic power in the world. That's not the way to see it. That is not the way to see it, otherwise these kind of pandemics and epidemics will come and level us down. If we don't deal with this consciously, nature will do it to us in a cruel manner. Right now, that's what is in progress in a certain way. It's happening to us in a cruel way. But even this calamity, impending calamity, can be dealt with consciously so that it doesn't become very cruel if everybody comes to their senses.